This news update is brought to you by...
So, I'm meeting Rico later. Gotta check in with the girls, but first, let me check my usage on the MyLime app. Now, what should I wear? Hashtag sexy. He's here.
Welcome to the Barbados Today evening update for Friday, February 20th, 2015. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. Good evening. We begin with news that the National Union of Public Workers has kick-started the interview process to replace retired General Secretary Dennis Clarke, and at least 3 senior union officials are bidding for the top post. But Acting General Secretary Rosalind Smith is not in the race. Wayne Waldron, a Senior Industrial Relations Officer, Delcia Burke, Assistant General Secretary, and Education Research Officer Richard Green are the main contenders. Meanwhile, NUPW Executive Member Danny Gill has signaled that he will contest upcoming elections for a new president set for April. He's seeking to replace President Walter Maloney, who is stepping down from office. In other news, there is a charge that too many people working in tourism, including executives, lack the knowledge about the vital bread and butter industry. It comes from tourism executive Colin Jordan, who is calling for content from the newly launched textbook entitled Contemporary Caribbean Tourism to be made available to organizations attached to the industry.
And I think of banks, insurance companies, where those of us in the industry interact with persons who do not grasp what tourism is really about. And I wondered if we could transfer some of that information. I would probably be called disingenuous, though, if I didn't say that I also wondered if we could find a way to transfer some of that information to those of us who practice in the industry. But I'm saying that quietly because we are forced to acknowledge that there is, not just in the facilitating sectors, but within the industry itself, a lack of understanding of tourism, its importance, and how it can be a genuine developmental tool.
In other news, the National Task Force on Crime Prevention outlines its plans for the year under a new name. The department, headed by Cheryl Willoughby, will now be called the Criminal Justice Research and Planning Unit. Starting next week, the unit will launch a survey to gauge public satisfaction with police services. It will also research the extent of gun violence, conduct a marijuana survey, investigate the nature and profiles of gangs in the country, as well as the amount of money being used to fight crime. Meanwhile, Willoughby has expressed concern about the level of crime among the nation's youth. Addressing a Boys to Men workshop this morning, she pointed to some worrying statistics, which showed that 115 young people, male and female, were remanded to the government industrial school between January and June last year.
Barbados, like all of our other regional and international neighbors, is grappling with violence among our young people. Drug use and violence are crimes we are confronted with on a regular basis. The inability of our young people to reason and to resolve conflict without the use of violence, and we have seen in recent times gun violence, continues to be problematic for our small island. I am pleased that the focus of this workshop will include discussions on men as victims and perpetrators of crime, how crime impacts the family, and general male issues.
In sports, Clayton Colatonic Notre Dame recorded their first win of the Barbados Football Association's Premier League when they defeated Pride of Gall Hill 3-0 last night at the National Stadium. Notre Dame, with a new-look team, opened up with a superb goal in the 13th minute from striker Akeem Hill. The other 2 goals, one came via an own goal by Gall Hill defender Jason Bovell, and the other from striker Zico Edme. In the other match, the University of the West Indies played their second game and won 3-0 over Silver Sands FC. Akeem Maloney, Corey Barrow, and Shaquille Lane were the scorers of the night for UWI.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
It's time for AgriFest again. Come and enjoy the National Agricultural Exhibition on February 27th to March 1st at the historic Queen's Park. Over 300 exhibits on show, highlighting the theme, inclusive agriculture, strengthening linkages, creating synergies. AgriFest 2015, the biggest agricultural exhibition in the Caribbean. Don't miss it.
Secure your future, be financially strong. Since 1983, we have been there for you. A smart range of products, great tax benefits. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. Humble beginnings to smart loans, smart savings. Save smart and borrow smarter. That's the move for me. Stability, prosperity. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union.
To news from the Caribbean, investigations are on the way in St. Lucia to find out why large numbers of fish are washing up on one of the country's beaches and even riverbanks.
On the beach were various species of dead fish floating at the mouth of Shock River. The General Manager of the NCA, David Hibboleth, says they are currently working closely with the Ministry of Sustainable Development and the Ministry of Fisheries to determine what killed the fish. Although the evidence at this stage is inconclusive, experts suspect pollution.
Right now they're just trying to figure out what exactly is the problem. So they're basically going to make their way upstream and do some water quality testing to try to determine what caused the demise of most of those species of fish.
According to officials at the Water Resources Management Agency, the sheer number of dead fish which surface on Shock Beach is a cause for concern.
On the international scene, the World Health Organization says the first rapid blood test for Ebola is ready to be used. The test will allow for patients to be identified, isolated and cared for as quickly as possible in an attempt to bring an end to the outbreak that has killed more than 9,300 people. The test, which is said to be less accurate than conventional methods, works without electricity, so it can be used in remote regions. And finally, bitterly cold temperatures are being blamed for 19 deaths in the eastern part of the United States, as a number of record lows were broken, including in Washington, Pittsburgh, and Baltimore.
Part of Niagara Falls frozen rather than flowing in the icy temperatures. The park around it hidden under deep snow. Some forecasts saying it'll take until May for all the ice to thaw. But while some were taking in the stunning scenery in New York State, a reminder from Knoxville in Tennessee of just how treacherous these conditions are. A dash cam captures this transport worker narrowly dodging death as a car slides off the road. That's our evening update, but you can join us again on Monday morning. Until then, remember to log on to www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, and don't forget you can like us on Facebook. You can also catch us on iZoomi Media in bus terminals and screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. Also tune in to Channel 101 Online TV, as well as Mix 96.9 FM to get all the latest news and sports. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. Have a safe and relaxing weekend.
This news update is brought to you by...
So, I'm meeting Rico later. Gotta check in with the girls, but first, let me check my usage on the MyLime app. Now, what should I wear? #sexy.